At electronic shows, visitors flock around the newest tablet computers, cameras, 3D television screens, even small robots, dreaming of taking one home. Consumers spend hours waiting in lines and spend hundreds of dollars to be among the first to get the latest smartphone. The modern world seems to be infatuated with shiny, expensive objects that keep us connected, help us navigate, record our thoughts and memorable events, and even talk to us. So infatuated that we no longer own our gadgets. We have relationships with them, says clinical psychologist and life transition therapist Francine Lederer, who spoke via Skype.
It's a lot easier to have, right, a one-sided relationship with your computer, your phone, than it is with a live person. So that at the end of the day, you don't need to worry about somebody being angry with you. You don't need to worry about getting blamed for anything.
Although having 1,000 Facebook friends may be perceived as equivalent to having 1,000 real, authentic friendships, Lederer says in reality it is not so.
I think it comes down to a lot of the internal stuff, right? How we feel about ourselves, our own sense of self-esteem, our self-worth, a lot of those things.
But gadgets are magical. They fascinate us the same way we are intrigued by a magician's trick, says psychology professor at the University of the South Pacific, Robert Epstein. He also spoke via Skype.
If you don't know how they're doing it, that's very fascinating and intriguing. But if they do it 10 times or 20 times or 100 times, it gets boring and you want something else. And that's why magicians don't repeat the same trick over and over again.
Epstein, former editor-in-chief of Psychology Today magazine, says he is concerned that gadgets will take on a life of their own.
All we're seeing so far is a little bit of so-called wearable technology that you might wear on your wrist or on your glasses. But we're moving very rapidly, whether the public knows it or not, towards real biological interfaces so that the gadgets will be built into us to some extent.
Therapist Francine Lederer says the danger is that our dependence on electronic gadgets is increasingly being perceived as normal.
I think our society, in a way, in the media, oftentimes normalizes the extent to which we use these gadgets and phones, but the reality is it's really not healthy for us.
Scientists predict that gadgets with biological interfaces may be available within the next 20 years, and coupled with strong artificial intelligence, will be much smarter than today. George Putic, VOA News, Washington.